Well, I hope that you've had a good day today. I hope your week has been good. I hope you're not sick or hurting, but I know some people are, and we certainly want to be mindful of those individuals. So let's be lifting them up in prayer before our God. If you are one of those individuals and we don't know about it, please let us know about it. We want you to know we love you, and we want to pray for you by name. We don't have any announcements tonight, so we'll jump straight into it. This is kind of going to be how the last couple of Wednesday nights Bible studies have been, short as far as the video is concerned, and we'll read a passage of Scripture on our own. Let me tell you why we're not even doing the book of Romans at Eastwood right now, because I just didn't like how the study was going. I was going way too slow throughout the book, and I just needed to change some things. So I paused that study last week, and I'm getting some things sorted out, hopefully for the better. So we'll resume that study shortly. But tonight I want us to think about another book that perhaps we haven't read in a while, and that's the book of Obadiah. Right? The book of Obadiah is an extremely short book, but it's definitely one that gets us thinking specifically about what our fate is if we make ourselves enemies of God. I'm sorry, you can probably hear a man outside with a leaf blower, but anyway. Specifically, if we make ourselves enemies of God, obviously our fate is not going to be good. And we see this for the kingdom of Edom, right? God's people are at a point where their land has been destroyed. Judah and Jerusalem has been destroyed, and Edom, right? Edom should have been there for Judah and Jerusalem, but they were not. Edom being the kingdom that's sort of nestled into the rocks, the kingdom that has grown increasingly prideful, specifically as an enemy of God. In fact, when Judah and Jerusalem were destroyed, Edom was unsupportive. They took over the land that was once occupied by the people of God. For the inhabitants of Judah and Jerusalem that tried to escape, Edom grabbed them and handed them over to their enemies. And as a result, what we'll see from reading this short book is that the day of Yahweh, the day of God, the day of the Lord, is not going to be good for them. They're not going to be met with kindness. They're not going to be met with mercy. No, they're going to be met with destruction. The same thing that has befallen the people of God, what has taken place in Judah and Jerusalem. We'll see that, yes, Mount Zion will provide salvation. The land that God gave to Jacob will be destroyed, and Jacob and the northern kingdom will tear Edom down. But for Edom, because Edom has made itself an enemy of God, it will not be good for them. Anyway, it's a short book. It really gets us thinking about the power of our God. Many lessons to be learned, I think, in the book of Obadiah. So read that book, think about the lessons that we can learn from it, and of course, as always, spend some time in prayer. Can't wait to see everybody Sunday. God bless.